Hello. I apologize for getting this senior year presentation up a week after the first Monday of October. Having it up the first week, the first Monday, was a little ambitious just because of college visits, events, doing the Common App, letters of recommendation, assisting students with scholarships. So I do apologize for that, but I am glad that I had a chance this weekend to make sure that I have it available for you today. This presentation will go over the next couple of months and what students need to be looking for. Again, you are always welcome to contact me. My phone number and my email is located on this slide. Texting me if you're looking to have a conversation with me is going to be best just because I'm in and out of classrooms. I have a lot of students that are coming down right now who need assistance. And then I always try to respond to email within 1 to 2 business days so that we can stay in contact. But texting me is always okay. Students text me, so if you hear them saying that they're texting Mrs. Russell, that's totally fine. It's a great way for us to communicate and for us both to be on the same page, even when I'm in and out of the schools. So we've had September pass, but just some of the things that students should have been taken care of. The Common App opened August 1st. So for both schools, I had an event during the summer where students could come up and we could start on their Common App. So I had a lot of students participate, and I thank you parents for encouraging them to come. The Common App is an application where students only have to fill out the basic personal information one time, and then the rest of the schools may have supplementary information that is needed, and they'll have to complete that for each school. So, for example, if a student is applying to the University of Michigan Ann Arbor, the University of Michigan Flint, and Lawrence Tech, they would only complete the basic information such as their name, their parent information, their school information and grades one time. And then after that, they University of Michigan Ann Arbor has 2 essays that has to be completed. University of Michigan Flint doesn't have anything. And then Lawrence Tech has an essay. So they will have to complete those, but the basic information just one time. Not every school is on Common App. So every student does not need to complete the Common App. If a student is applying to Eastern or Central Michigan University, they have their own application on their page, so they'll use that. If a student is applying to the University of California, Los Angeles, Berkeley, San Diego, those schools, they use the California application, so a student will use that. If a student is applying to colleges in Texas, Texas has their own application, so they will use that. So you may hear a student say they're not doing Common App or they're doing the Coalition app. It all makes sense. I work with them to make sure they know what application to use so that we don't make any mistakes. There are certain schools that are free, and I will be sending a list out of those that are all free for the month of October. But around September, a lot of schools started to change their fees or become free. So that was something that I talked to the students about. I ask that any student that uses the Common App or Coalition app uses my school email that's specific to that school. So I use Arbor Prep as an example. If a student is at Arbor Prep, I ask that they use my T. Russell at Arbor Prep email just because I have everything set up for that school through that email. I have college reps come throughout September, October, and November. So students have really been taking advantage of that. They receive 5 visits that they could attend. And I think they've really enjoyed it and really gotten a lot of great information. And luckily, some of our schools have did on-site admission to where they admitted those students that day at the school, which was awesome and an awesome experience for a lot of our students. I hope you were able to take advantage of some of the local college fairs that happened. I advertised the Schoolcraft College Fair, which is an awesome fair, and I hope some of you were able to attend. I hope you were also able to attend the Harvard and Yale presentation on Sunday. And then Tuesday, October 10th, will be the Infinite Scholars Fair at Canton High School. If you're interested in historically Black colleges and universities and other local Michigan schools, they will be there. And a lot of them will not only be able to give admission decisions that day, but they will also be able to offer scholarships that day too. So that's something to keep in mind if you're interested. I think it's a great fair, and I would heavily encourage parents and students to attend. Students should also be working on their senior project. We are lucky to have great senior advisory teachers this year that are on top of it and working with students. But there are 4 components. So it's the project base where they're doing the research, where they are meeting with a mentor and doing that interview, their annotated bibliography that they must do that they'll work on in their advisory class. Then there's the presentation that they will do, usually a PowerPoint. Usually students will bring in some kind of physical example of what they did or video or something like that for the class to see. And then there's a reflection paper that they have to do. Why this is a big assignment is because if it's done right, it's a research assignment in high school. Usually students do not participate in a research assignment until sophomore year of college. And the fact that they're able to complete this and put this on their resume really aids in their prep and experience when applying to jobs and to colleges. I have some ideas here that students have done, but a lot of students really think outside the box and make this an awesome presentation. I get a chance to sit in a lot of them and assist with grading, and I have enjoyed every single one because they're so different and really brings out the student's personality. If a student has any questions about their senior project, their advisory teacher is their contact. They will work with them with this from junior year on out into graduation. So they really want to make sure that they're attending advisory and that they're letting their advisory teacher know if they have any questions. Right now, we are heavy in October, and like I said, it was a little ambitious of me to think that last Monday I was going to have time to get out this video just because right now it's so busy. So FAFSA, which is the free application for federal student aid, opened on October 1st. That was last Sunday, and I was just so proud at how many students were excited about it opening and really got in there with their parents and got it done early on. And that's the key. The key is going in with your tax information, sitting down with your students, and you guys collaborating and performing it together, and then being done, until their freshman year of college, but being done for right now. So you can go online to fafsa.ed.gov and complete the application. You'll want to do the 2018-2019 application, and you're going to use your 2016 taxes. Right now, some colleges are having some deadlines. So an example will be Western Michigan University. Their application deadline is not right now, but October 15th is their scholarship application deadline. So it's important for students to go on and complete that so they can qualify for scholarships, their merit scholarships. If a student cannot afford application fees, then they'll want to have a conversation with me, and I can definitely assist them. If they receive free or reduced lunch, then they don't have to pay for the application fee. They don't have to pay to retake the SAT or ACT. So I tell parents and students, even if you don't think you're going to get free and reduced lunch, it doesn't hurt anything to fill out the application and just see, because that can take care of a lot of costs. And some college applications range from $25 to I've seen $150. Students should be working on their college essays. I know a lot of students ask about essay writing workshops. So I know there are some in the area of Ypsilanti and Canton. We don't have any right now at our school, but a great resource is their English teacher to look over their essay and make sure there's no grammatical errors. Students should be requesting personal recommendations. So if they're completing the Common App and they're applying to a school that has an early application deadline, that is November 1st. So already right now, at this time in their life, on the 8th of October, they need to ensure that they have asked their teachers, myself, anyone that's going to write a letter of recommendation to start that. Just because I tell them all the time, what is important to them is not always the most important thing to everyone else. And they want to make sure that that is in so that their application is complete. Students should be researching scholarships. There are a lot of scholarship options out there and websites. Scholly, FastWeb, Raise Me are some big ones. So students should be on there along with their parents researching scholarships. Any that I get, I put up and let students know. But I can't be the only one that's looking for scholarships for the students. So please make that a priority this month as they'll start coming out more and more in the upcoming months. Canton has already had Application Mania and their senior meeting and their financial aid workshop. And thank you to all the parents that came. This upcoming Tuesday, Arbor Prep will be having their Application Mania and their financial aid workshop. Senior meetings will also be starting at Arbor Prep. I've already started at Canton, where I meet with each senior individually and ensure that we are on track with their plans after high school, whether it's a 4-year university, a 2-year university, technical school, the armed forces, going straight into a job, whatever it is. I want to make sure that we're on track. And then we'll be having a senior breakfast in November as long as every student has completed one college application and has at least attempted the FAFSA. If a student needs to order their transcripts, which every student does to complete their application, they'll request it through Parchment. So on for Canton Prep, on cantonprep.com, students will scroll to the bottom. On the left-hand side is Send My Transcripts. They will click there if they need to start a Parchment account. And for Arbor Prep, students will go into the college counseling website and start a Parchment website from there. I go in and send off their transcripts, and then their application is complete. Their SAT scores are on their transcripts, but some schools require them to be sent separate, and that is $12 per score report that they send. They would need to go to collegeboard.com and send their scores. If they took the ACT, they would need to go to act.org and send their scores. From November to January, it kind of calms down just a little bit. So many students who have did that early application have already sent in their applications, and now we're just waiting for admission decisions, on which if those schools who have early application, we won't hear until around December if they're admitted or not. So I don't want students worrying every single day that is coming because we have a time to wait. Something I didn't mention for October is that students who are doing the Common App, if a student is completing that, I need it 2 weeks before their deadline. Students have been very good about that. For example, students that need everything submitted by November 1st, I need that by October 20th, just for them to enter my information so I can take care of everything I need to take care of for them. But I haven't had any problems. Every student that I know that's doing the Common App has already started. So that's not a big thing for us to worry about. January 1st is another popular deadline for schools, which is very weird because we're not in school at that time. But that's something for students to keep in mind. And then again, they'll want to be searching for those scholarships and checking the scholarship boards to make sure they're applying for all of that free money that's out there. It's important to understand what being deferred is, because around this time we'll start hearing back from some schools who are saying that we want to wait for your transcript from after your first semester of senior year or after your second semester of senior year, or we want you to take the SAT again. So that's just what being deferred is. It's not that you're denied, but we're just not going to accept you right now. You're not in our top tier of students that we're accepting, so we're going to hold off on your application. You can send us in new information, and then we'll make a decision later. Students who are deferred at schools such as Michigan State and University of Michigan Arbor typically hear back around April, which makes it a little hard with making those college decisions, but enough time for us still to take care of everything that we need to take care of. February through May, acceptance letters and financial aid offers will start to arrive. So when a student completes the FAFSA, it goes off to the government, and then the government tells the schools this is how much money we're going to give them, and then the schools decide how much money they're going to give you, and then it's sent off to the home of the student for them to see how much they're getting as a whole and how much they're expected to pay for their college outside of grants, work study, loans, and any other money that the school may provide. Students at this time will want to review their acceptances, compare their financial aid packages, and really start making their choice. May 1st is the day that not only I have, but the state has, as far as how long a school will hold a student's spot. So I have that day as students need to let me know what school they're going to so we can kind of mark that in. Now, a student can still change their mind, but it gets a little bit more difficult because they're required to put down an enrollment deposit sometimes, a housing deposit sometimes. They're required to make a verbal commitment to the school in some cases. So we just want to make sure that we stay on top of that. When a student makes their decision, even if it's way before February or May, I have some students who say, I'm going to, Michigan Tech, or I'm going to Lake Superior State, then they can begin logging in their school portal, because that's how the school is going to contact them, is through their school portal. No longer will they send emails to your regular email address that you provided when you did the application. They'll start sending it through that school portal. And it's important that students are logging in there so that they can see all the information about their financial aid, information about things that are going on campus and deadlines, housing, and everything. So they really want to make sure that they're logging in. This is not the time for students to be slacking in the classroom, because I do send final transcripts to every school. And schools will see what your final grades are. And there have been cases of schools rescinding their admission decision, and we don't want that at all. Again, May 1st is very important because students need to let schools and myself know where they're deciding to go to on that date. Students will request their final transcript to be sent to their college, and that's really what May 1st is, telling me where you're going. It's telling me where I'm going to send your final transcript after the last day of school. So this is kind of a little confusion. The seniors' last day of school is not the last day of school for all the teachers. So I won't be sending off final transcripts until June. That does not mess up anything for the students. It does not stop them from being able to do anything. You're going to get letters and emails from colleges asking you for your final transcript, but I assure you that it's being sent off. I always am here to work with every student to kind of make a decision on what school they need to go to and what is the best choice financially. Here you see I worked with a couple of different students, kind of just deciding based off their financial aid award letter what made the most sense. Now, just because a school is the best financial option doesn't always mean a student decides that they want to go there. After talking with parents, they may like a program better at school, and maybe more opportunities at another school. One school may be closer. But I just kind of break down financial aid, and then I ask them about deal breakers. So what deal breakers are for what I use with them is, what is 5 things that a school has to have for you in order for you to go there. You see this student from Eastern Michigan on the left-hand side. Um, he was really interested in a fraternity. He wanted to school with a great criminal justice program, wanted a nice environment, and wanted a caring staff. And he ended up choosing Eastern Michigan. This is another student just kind of breaking down their grants. Those are received from completing that FAFSA. Also looking at loans, work study is received from completing the FAFSA. And as you see, he received a housing and university grant from Madonna. Those are also received from completing the FAFSA. So that's why that FAFSA is so important. I continue to offer support for students. So I was a little ambitious and said that I wanted to contact students monthly throughout their freshman year of college, but I forgot that these are college students and they don't want to talk to me every month. So I talked to a lot of them throughout the summer, and now I'm just available for them to come back and ask questions and receive assistance if they need. And they have definitely been taking advantage of that, and which lets me know that the summer work really made a difference and assisted them in getting enrolled, because we just don't want to get students apply. We want to get them in the seat of their college, and that is my goal. Students do need to complete the free and reduced lunch application, even if, again, you think you make too much. Just please complete it because we never know. I have reached out to every student who is eligible for TIP, which is a tuition incentive program, where they receive the first 2 years of a 2-year program for free. So all of those students who are eligible for that have received paperwork to take home to their parents. Students do need their Social Security number to complete college applications. They can't bypass that. They can't come back and fill that in. They have to have it when they apply. And then some schools do require an application deposit. They don't have to worry about that right now, but that'll be when they start making that decision. They can be anywhere from $100, I've seen, to $700. So just to keep that in mind, especially if that's going to make a difference in your decision. I really appreciate the relationship that I have with all of you parents. I feel like we really work in collaboration to make sure that your students receive the best help possible for college. So students really need to be attending advisory. This year has been awesome. Seniors have been coming, they've been on time and attending advisory, but just to keep that in mind, they need to stay on top of their grades because, again, I do send off that final transcript and colleges will see it. There's nothing I can do for them to see it, but they have to see that. And I would hate for a student to mess up their chances of going to their dream college just because of 1 year or one class that they messed up. As much as I'm going to do scholarship searching, I need parents and students to search for college scholarships the same, just to make sure that we can get all of the free money that is out there. I send a lot of emails, so please read those emails because there is important information in there. Please watch the YouTube channel. Please make sure that if you have any questions, you're reaching out to me, and just work with me. So I tell parents I don't just have the seniors, I have the entire schools, and I have 3 schools. And I try to do my best to get back with you. I try to do my best to set up meetings, but during the day, my focus is ensuring that no student walks away feeling like I couldn't help them. So that really takes a lot of my time. I don't have a lot of free time during the day. So if we do need to meet, it will be right after school or early in the morning when students are still so groggy that they don't even know what they need to do. But just please continue to work with me and reach out to me if you need me. If you have any questions, please just let me know. Important dates coming up. So Ken Prep, we've already went through our senior meeting. We've already had our financial aid workshop. So we're moving all the way to May now. In November, we will have a senior breakfast, and I will reach out to parents, ask them to donate orange juice, donuts, anything. But I will let you know of that date when it gets a little closer. May 4th will be decision day, and that will be during advisory time. So it'll start bright and early in the morning at 7:50. Parents are welcome to come. What decision day is students tell their school that they're going to attend in front of the school, and everyone is down there kind of just congratulating them and welcoming them into the college room because they're almost done with school. May 21st is Tell Like It Is. This is when I bring in seniors from last year to talk about what college really is. They tend to listen more and respect their opinion more than most just because they're right there. They're in the grind, they're going to class. So what's school like? Should I stay on campus? What do you do for fun? Are the professors really as mean as everybody says they are? Those are some questions I've heard asked. May 25th is early release if students qualify. Not every senior may qualify for early release. And that will be the last day for seniors. And then June 2nd will be graduation day. These are the dates for Canton Prep. For Arbor Prep, October 10th, Application Mania at 3 p.m. That's right after school. Students stay. I have pizza pop that's available for them, and we complete the application and they receive a free dress. October 10th at 5 p.m. is financial aid night. I bring in a financial aid presenter to talk about the FAFSA. So if you have any questions or need any assistance, I would greatly encourage you to come to this. And this is not only for senior parents, but any parents that want to come and just learn more about the FAFSA and all of its intricate details. Any parents from Canton that did not have a chance to come to the financial aid workshop at Canton are more than welcome to come to the one at Arbor. May 4th is also the decision day for Arbor Prep, and that'll be at 2 p.m. and parents are welcome to attend. May 22nd will be Tell Like It Is, where I bring back the seniors. May 25th, if they qualify for early release, that is the date. And then June 1st is graduation. So I thank you for watching my presentation. If you have any questions, please email me or text me. And I hope that you have a great day. And our parents, I hope to see you on Tuesday.